We're sort of at the end of the Phalaenopsis season, and we're coming to the beginning of Neo seasons. So in the past few days, I've potted some of my blooming Neos in the decorative pots, and today I am going to display them along the windows here. Alright, so now that we have everything settled, I just want to go over all the ones that are coming into bloom now. The first one we have here is Keelbejan, and this is the best that it's ever produced as far as flowers. So this is one of the varieties that changes colors as the blooms age, and right now we are just seeing it open as just a splash of pink, but as they age, more yellows and orange comes through, and it will look a lot better, I'd say about a week later. But right now, I'm just really happy that we have 3 spikes and there are so many buds and blooms. That's really cool. And in front of that is my Omusu. It kind of unexpectedly bloomed for me. I wasn't expecting this particular variety actually blooms, but you can see here there's 2 buds developing. They're on a very short spike, but it's really cool to see that happening. I wonder what it would be. It looks like the blooms are very fat compared to the regular Neo variety. And over here we have my this is Kirin Maru, I think, and it has also multiple spikes. That one is just going over. It was the first one to open up, but we got 2 more over down here. That's pretty good. As you can see, the spikes kind of shoot outward, and the blooms just kind of face that direction, whatever direction that the spike develops. So it's an interesting flower form. It doesn't have a very long nectary as well. And over here we have my, these variety names are very hard to pronounce. So here is the tag for it, Ryokohu. And relative to the size of the blooms, the plant itself is very small. And this one I've actually tried to, because this year I have so many in bloom or open up at the right moment, I've decided to try to pollinate it. This one is going to be, or was already pollinated with some pollina from another plant, which I don't know what the varietal name is, but it's a variegated form, and we'll show you in it on the next table. But yeah, the blooms on this particular one I like because it's very large relative to the size of the plant. I'm really hoping that I'll get some seeds that will propagate into this compact size with variegated leaves, but we'll see. It's my first time doing anything like that. And over here, this is Gojo Fukurin, and the blooms on it is already starting to fade. There's only 2 left, but I already see this one is already about to go too. But yeah, let's Gojo Fukurin. Down there is the name that I cannot pronounce, but it produces these blooms are very, that develops very tight together, and the spurs on them sort of curls up. But I don't think the blooms on this year is very good, so we can't really tell. But that's its characteristic, is that the spurs kind of curl in like a pig's tail, and they're very tight. But yeah, that's that one. Over here, we got really big ones. I really like the form of this one with a very long spur and white flowers. This spike over here has quite a bit of buds developing on it. I think they might all be viable. Typically I would see, or it's actually what's shown right here is maybe 4 or 5 buds, but this one is quite a bit. Maybe 7 or 8. So that's really good. This one is Getsuden. This is one of the varieties that are variegated, but it's only variegated with a news leaf, and it slowly becomes more and more green as it matures. It's a very large plant. Some really nice blossoms there. And right behind it is the one that I'm really excited to see. It's a bean leaf variety, as you can see, but it's also a flower variety as well. So I'm anticipating that it'll be very compact flowers with a splash of red or pink. As you can see, this bird already has some colors on him, so it's really nice. But it's very compact plant with bean leaf variety. They're very thick, as well as the roots on it. I paired it with this pot that I've gotten a long time ago. I love this pairing. I think this is the right fit for this particular plant. So that is Pong, I think is how you say that. It's a Korean variety. We are resuming the update with this next one. Is the Kabutomaru. It's a bean leaf variety, and it's currently potted in probably my favorite pot in my entire collection. I just like how rustic it looks compared to the other ones. The other ones are more refined, but yeah, it's kind of my favorite at the moment. And there's only 2 blooms on this particular one, but there is a main spike that is still in development, so we should see a lot more blooms. This one, the flowers resembles some of the other bean leaf that I have, which is kind of like very small, short spur flowers that kind of point outward. Yeah, so that's Kabutomaru. And moving over to Tamakongo Shima. The Shima implies that there are variegation on it, but there isn't really any on there. I think it just have the potential of developing variegation, but for now, it's currently in bloom, and the flowers are just like the Kabutomaru as well. And this particular one is potted in a Korean maker. His name is Jamie Kim. If I can find it, I will give you the link if you're interested in purchasing his pots. But this particular one is clay with some sort of crackling effect that he put on the pot. It looks really interesting. So this is Tamakongo Shima. Right next to the Tamakongo Shima is a regular Tamakongo, and it's a little bit bigger. This year is probably the best blooming I've had it. This year I think it's the best bloomings that I've had so far, and it's currently potted up in a Tenzin pot. And over here we have the Tenkamamusu. It's another bean leaf variety, and it's probably one of the slower growing variety that I have. This year it's the first time I've seen it in bloom. It's purchased from a fellow neo grower in California, and it is currently potted in another Tenzin pot. This is my Benikuroi, and it's one of those flower variety with very colorful blooms, as you can see there. There are currently 4 blooms on it, and one of them is actually fading as we speak. It has very fat leaves and roots. It's you could probably use a little bit more color with cooler temperature, but right now it's quite hot here. We're talking about actually I think today it was 35 degrees Celsius, so it's really hot here. I think if I can get it cooler, or I think if I grew it in a cooler condition, it would be much more vibrant. And it's currently in a tenzin pot that I purchased from Satomi, who also sells Neos from California. If you're interested in purchasing anything from her, I'll see if I can find any information that I can share with you if you want to purchase anything. Hi everyone, today is September 7th, 2019, and it is pretty hot right now, but I'm going to start remossing all of my Neos. I'm starting this year really early because this is the most I've ever had before, so remossing takes quite a while. So I kind of want to get this done before winter sets in, but this is the lot that I'm working with today. And the other thing that I was really wanting to do is just sort of clean up the Neos. I'm having a little scale infestation issue right now to deal with, so I have to sort of clean up all the leaves to make sure that all the scales are off, and then possibly spray them to prevent any issues this coming winter. But this is what I'm planning to do today. On the table here, this is all the ones that I'm planning to do today. It's going to take me a while, so this might be, I might be overestimating how much I can get done, but this is the goal for today. And here are all the pots that are prepped. And I've also remossed all of my 5A moss in water. I think I put way too much water in the tub there. Yeah, these are all my supplies. Some of my Neos are getting really big now, so I think some of the traditional Japanese pot that I have are way too small for them. So I'm going to try to use these traditional orchid pots that I believe is like 5.5 inches across. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but yeah, this is what I have to start using once they get a little bit bigger. I'm just going to show you guys a quick look of all the tools that I'll be using for the remossing. There's 2 pairs of scissors here. They're actually sewing scissors, but I kind of use them for Neo maintenance. That's just trim off any dead roots or old flower spikes that need to be removed, and just a couple of tweezers over there. This is my Yamahoko, and I just want to include this little clip because I was so impressed by the amount of roots this particular one has, and it's so long. This is one of my massive or bigger varieties, and this is the one that's kind of like the leaves just kind of goes straight up. There's a lot of cleaning up to do. There is quite a bit of scales that's infested the roots too, but it looks like it didn't really do too much damage. As you can see, the roots are pretty green still. So yeah, I just want to clear that because it was pretty surprising. I thought the roots might be affected adversely, but it looks like it's not. I'm gonna have to find a bigger pot for this guy because I'm pretty sure even the clay pot that I was planning on putting this in, it might be too shallow for it. But that's really great. And there we have it, the first remoss Neo in my collection for the season. This is my Yokohama. And here's a quick update on the Neo fertilized seed pods that I tried earlier in the season. This is, of course, is on my Rukio hole. There's the tag there. It hasn't really changed that much since last 2 months. Nothing's really happening right now. I've been watering and fertilizing it regularly. I don't know exactly when they're going to ripen and ready for inoculation, but I'm hoping it works out. Good morning, everybody. Today is September 29th, 2019. It's quite early in the morning right now, but we're taking a look at my what I would consider my crown jewel of my Neo collection. This little guy, I know it's pretty small, but it's the variety is Maizuru Shima. And just to give you an idea of how small it is, this is my finger for comparison. It's the crown jewel in my collection, not because it's my most favorite. It's considered crown jewel because it's the most expensive in my collection, unfortunately. But my most favorite is actually right behind it. That is Buliwan, if I am saying that correctly. And these are all the ones on this Neo rack that I bought from Japan. These are all the ones I've recently finished repotting. But I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about how I've been keeping my Neos this year. This year I've hung up all the Neos in their traditional pots on these hangers that I ordered from Japan. From a vendor, his name is Neji, I think. There is a website, so I'll link that in the description so you can check it out if you're interested in purchasing these. But most of them are kind of empty right now because I'm in the middle of remossing. But they come in a myriad of styles. I believe Neji offers 3 of them, and I have all the 3s here. So what I was trying to achieve this year was to sort of hang everything up to prevent any slugs or snails trying to eat all of my root tips that I experienced a lot last year. With regards to the insects and the root tips being eaten, I think I have good success with this setup. However, I think this year they are a bit lacking in sunlight because they were hung right below the deck. So I have to figure out next year what how to amend that to have the setup, but somehow provide more light to them. But for now, once they are starting to go back inside because the weather should be cooling down soon, they will be fine under the lights, I think. Okay, I think I need to wrap up this update because it's getting a little bit long. So it's going to leave you guys with the last shot of the larger Neos that I've potted up in traditional orchid pots. So there they are. They're looking really, really nice. So I tried to see you guys pretty soon. So I will try to make an update as soon as possible. I realize it's been quite a while since my last update, but I can only do what I can do, unfortunately. And work comes first, so there's that. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.